Are you curious about how to achieve glowing, youthful skin? Ever wondered if glycolic acid is the right addition to your skincare routine? In this upcoming episode of Spa Skin and Beauty, I'm diving into the transformative world of glycolic acid, the skincare secret derived from sugarcane. Learn how this powerful exfoliant can brighten, rejuvenate, and smooth your complexion, and discover who should be using it and how often. Plus, I'm going to highlight top products and crucial tips on when to avoid glycolic acid to keep your skin looking its best. So don't miss out on this deep dive into one of skincare's most beloved ingredients, glycolic acid. All right, let's get started.
Do you want less wrinkles and fewer dark spots? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling clear blemish-free skin and how to tighten my jowls? Do you wake up feeling unmotivated to do your skincare routine, overwhelmed with skincare costs, and frustrated that once you finally figured out your skincare needs, your skin changes and are left with starting over again? Hey, I'm Lindsey. I too was busy and unmotivated to do my skincare. I too felt self-conscious with my skin and wished I knew how to get my best skin yet. I wanted confidence and hydrated, tight, blemish-free skin, but I kept telling myself I didn't have the time, know-how, or resources to make it happen until I became an esthetician and created a simple skincare routine for clear, youthful skin. In this podcast, you will find quick, simple, and easy skincare solutions so that you will be loving the skin that you are in and motivated to keep up your skin routine. Grab your favorite skincare products, hit play on the podcast, and get ready for your glow up. Did you know that I have a free skincare membership filled with women just like you, busy entrepreneurs who are working hard to master their skincare routine through mastering simple steps? I share weekly skincare tutorials and product reviews every Monday, as well as offer exclusive podcast episode content, product discount codes, and so much more. So please come join us at lapreebeauty.com. That's LAPREE beauty.com, or download our app. It's Lapree Beauty, and it's either in the Apple, iOS, or Google Play Store. Download today.
Okay, so during this podcast series on acids, I also want to talk to you about small steps because, we know that small steps lead to bigger steps. This can be anything from self-care to things that you need to do on a daily basis. So I just want to share what I'm currently doing, and hopefully it'll inspire you in some way to start something that you need to do to get you where you need to be. So for me, this is funny to me, but it's so annoying, is that I cannot stand wearing my retainer. I spent a lot of money on Invisalign years ago, and I'll never forget. Oh my gosh. The orthodontist telling me I was good to go after I felt like I was wearing them forever. And then he says, okay, well, now we need to make a mold for your teeth and you need to wear this every night. I was like, what in the world? Literally, I just went through all of that annoying day. Oh, it was so annoying. You have to take them out when you eat. Oh, if you've had Invisalign, you know what I'm talking about. These irritating retainers, and now I have to wear them every night, like forever. Oh my goodness. So anyways, needless to say, I've been slacking in this department, but I know that I went through all of that. I need to keep it up, but I wanted to make a small change. So having my teeth straight and really means a lot to me because I'm smiling, I'm on camera, it makes me feel really good. I've always had, especially this one crooked tooth, and I finally had it fixed. So I am not about to let that go to waste. It reminds me of just everything with our beauty and our skin that, yes, it really goes to like everything. So yes, I'm talking about a retainer with my teeth, but my gosh, this can be with your microcurrent or your derma rolling. Like it's those micro steps. So this is what I'm doing. I get a headache when I wear my retainer all night. So I'm doing little steps in the AM. So the first thing I do is I do a stainless steel tongue scraper when I wake up and I brush my teeth. And then I put my retainer on, and then I go for a walk in the morning pretty much until I keep it in and do all my morning stuff until about 10 or 11 when I break my fast. And then when I break my fast and have my breakfast, that's when I remove my retainer. So I'm not having to wear it all night and get that headache. This just works for me in my morning routine. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit of just a micro step that I'm doing that is helping me keep up with what I need to do to keep my teeth goals, which affect my beauty personally in a way for me and my self-confidence. So I wanted you to have that so you can apply it to whatever you need to do that's a micro step for you. And I'm going to share micro steps on each of these episodes that we talk about acids, and it'll tell you. And I feel like I wrote down my list of micro steps. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much to have. There's so many micros to keeping me this way. So you're not alone if you feel like you have to do a lot. It's a lot. We have to just tape ourselves up all together, right? Every day. Anyway, so let's do a deep dive under the show today. I'm going to start doing a series on acids. My good friend, shout out to my good friend, Lindsey, she asked if I had a podcast on several different acids. And I realized, I have acids definitely sprinkled into the podcast, like a lot, of course. I've been doing this show for almost 3 years. But I don't think I have some that are just talked like a devoted episode on each of the different acids. So I am really excited to do this so we can do a deep dive to help you understand each acid. Let's take one at a time because otherwise I feel like it's a lot. And then you can understand them further and you'll know about acids and you can go back and listen to this episode as many times. Let's start off with glycolic acids. I've always loved glycolic acid. It's a wonderful acid. It's been in my routine for years. Over the last few months, breaks my heart, I had to actually take a break from my beloved glycolic acid because out of nowhere, which I talked about on the last podcast, is that I got rosacea. And the rosacea really flared up. It was so bad. It was really inflamed. I mean, out of nowhere. And now I did such a deep dive with rosacea. I cannot wait to share with you. I'm going to do an episode on that, on how I got it under control. It was so much work, just really understanding rosacea and figuring it out. So I'm excited to share with you my steps on how to do that. While you're dealing with inflammation with rosacea, you're not going to want to use any heavy acids because you're going to want to focus on repairing that skin barrier. Now that my skin barrier is repaired, I have now added glycolic at a low concentration back into my skincare routine. And we're going to talk about concentrations in just a minute. I will list in the show notes some different glycolic acids that I love to use because I know you're going to want to know that. And all the products will be listed in the show notes. And then I'm going to do a video on glycolic acid inside the Lepree Beauty membership. So make sure to check that out. I recently just did one on how to use a glycolic on your lips and exfoliating your lips. So I go over the entire process and you're going to be surprised what I put on my lips after I do the glycolic. I don't want you to miss that. It's free. Go check it out, lepreebeauty.com. Just sign up today. Check out that video. They're all right there and you can have it there. So instead of having the reason I have that, instead of having to find me on Instagram and save this and save that, I was like, this is ridiculous. So I started the membership and it's just all in one place. I need this somewhere. Hey, yes, I have this. It's all in one place. You need high frequency, go to the membership. It's right there. So everything. All right. I don't want to get sidetracked. Let's go into glycolic. I love to know the origins of things. So I wanted to share that with you. Glycolic has its roots in natural sources. So it's derived from sugarcane and it can be also found in fruits like pineapples and unripe grapes. However, don't just go into your kitchen, bust out that pineapple and do a fruit mask because we're going to talk about more in depth about glycolic and the different strengths and when to use one. And remember, glycolics are mixed chemically. And so you want to use something. I mean, this is just my personal take. I want to have it from a company that the concentrations, what the different strengths are and how it's going to be on your skin versus doing, the DIY in your kitchen. That's just my personal take, but you can definitely do that. I know a lot of people do, but we all do different things. Now, glycolic acid has been used in skincare for decades, so it's really cool, I think. Have you noticed, since COVID, that brands have created so many more glycolic products, and especially glycolic peels. So there's tons of glycolic at-home peels that you can now use that get you professional results. I mean, they really do. They do a wonderful job, and I encourage you to try those out if you haven't, if you know how to do those, and I can teach you that. It's a really popular acid, and it's an AHA, which stands for alpha hydroxy acid. Glycolic acid is the smallest molecule in the AHA family, and it's derived from sugarcane. So because of its small size, it can penetrate the skin more easily than other acids. This small molecular size makes this acid so effective at exfoliating the skin and promoting that cell turnover. So it's going to reveal that brighter, more even complexion. Now, how does glycolic acid actually work? How it works is this. When it is applied to the skin, it breaks down the bonds between dead skin cells, allowing them to be easily wiped away. I like to say that slowly because I like to visually think of that process. I'm going to say it again. When applied to the skin, it breaks down the bonds between dead skin cells, allowing them to be easily wiped away. This process not only smooths the skin, but also helps to improve the appearance of fine lines, acne scars, hyperpigmentation. By promoting that cell turnover, glycolic acid encourages the production of collagen, giving your skin that plump, youthful look that we all strive for. Bless our hearts, like every day strive for this. Or just try to keep me in a current, decent state. That's my goal, right? Let's talk about the benefits of glycolic acid. It's a versatile acid. It's great for anyone dealing with, and I know we just talked about, I just mentioned this, but I want to go into a little bit more depth. Dull skin, uneven texture, fine lines, dark spots, or acne scars. It's effective even for those looking to even out that skin tone. Now, if you have sensitive skin, you're going to want to start with lower concentration. Definitely patch test before fully incorporating into your routine. Patch test I like to do on a spot that it's okay if it gets irritated. Wait 24 hours and see how your skin does. That's an example of a patch test. My example, again, of me having a rosacea flare up is when not to use a glycolic until the skin barrier is repaired. That would that's like pulling, gasoline on the fire there. Like, let's calm everything down. Then we can go back to using glycolic. Glycolics are really nice because this is why I really like them. You can use different strengths. I am currently using Dr. Dennis Gross, the Universal Peel. They sent me this box and I chose the Ultra Gentle Daily Peel just because I am currently super sensitive. And for me, oh my gosh, this is such a game changer for me because I used to be able to do like the highest concentration of peels. When I did hydrofacials a lot, I was the 30% glycolic, like the medical grade. Oh my goodness, it breaks my heart. Now, because I have my rosacea, it came out of nowhere, I now have to take that into consideration. I'm going to have to build up to a stronger concentration. So I'm at a very low concentration. So I think that if you're starting out with glycolics, start small, start with that low concentration, and then build your way up for that. How often should you use a glycolic? Let's break that down as well. When it comes to frequency, less is more, just like I mentioned above. So when you're starting out, let's start out with like 1 to 2 times a week. That's totally sufficient. This gives your skin that time to adjust and prevents over exfoliation. Now, as your skin builds that tolerance, then you can gradually increase the frequency to every other day. Then possibly daily, but always listen to your skin. Your skin talks to you, like physically you can see it. If you notice any irritation, just scale it back. This is also dependent if you are exfoliating your skin in other ways as well. So if you're using a retinoid, for example, you may want to try alternating them at first because you want to avoid overloading the skin. So just see how your skin reacts. There are some important precautions I want you to keep in mind when using a glycolic. So when not to use a glycolic. Avoid using if you're using other strong exfoliants, retinoids, or if you're planning like really strong ones, or if you're planning to spend a lot of time in the sun. And what I mean about using other strong exfoliants, again, you can alternate those. Just be mindful of that. Glycolic acid does make your skin more sensitive to UV rays. Should just be cautious of that. So you want to make sure that your skin is protected during the day when you're using this acid, so put on your sunscreen. I prefer mineral sunscreen because everything goes into the body, so I like mineral sunscreen instead of a chemical sunscreen. If you have sensitive skin, eczema, flared rosacea, or you're pregnant, those are other times when not really to use a glycolic acid. It just depends on where your skin is at that time. You're going to find glycolic acids in a variety of skincare products. You're going to see them in different concentrations and in different forms. So you'll notice that they come in cleansers, they come in toners, serums, moisturizers, and peels. So it can get a little confusing because there's so many. So I would pick, you don't need all of those. So please don't get, oh, I'm going to have the glycolic cleanser, then the toner, then I have the serum and the peel. Like, just be aware that you do not need all of those. I would pick one or two, and that's it. Because you don't want to have a glycolic cleanser and then you go straight into use the toner and the serum. It's just too much. So just less is more. That's what I think. And again, I'm going to link a few of my favorites in the notes. So you're going to have a variety to choose from. So I'm going to list my favorite glycolic peels, washes, toners, serums, moisturizers. So whatever you think would work for you and your lifestyle, then add it there. So I like to think of, like, you may already have a really nice cleanser that you like. So you don't want your glycolic then. You're like, I love this cleanser. So I'm going to use it in this moisturizer instead because I'm need a new moisturizer. So there you go. That's your answer. I personally love the feeling of a peel. I just like the rubbing on my skin for some reason. So personally, I'm a peel person. I just really like it. You may want to use a toner and just do it as a glycolic toner. So just whatever works for you. So that's it for today's deep dive into glycolic acid. Woo, we covered a lot. So whether you're new to the world of facial acids or you're a seasoned pro, I hope you found this episode helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast because you're not going to want to miss our next episode where we're going to be talking about salicylic acids. Salicylic, which, how do you pronounce it, huh? I hear them both. How do you pronounce it? I'm going to tell you the proper way in the next podcast. Have a glowy week, my friends. Until next time.
Okay, my skin friends, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may want to change their skin without all of the overwhelming confusion? And before you go, I would love to send you my free 48-hour skin makeover as a gift. All you have to do is leave your review on the podcast because it really supports the growth of the show. This is my 48-hour skincare makeover guide where I will show you all of my best tips to transform your skin quickly. Perfect for when you need to look amazing in a short amount of time. All you have to do is leave your review on the podcast, take a screenshot, and then head over to lindseyholder.com/review to upload it. And then you will get instant access to the 48-hour skincare makeover guide. Again, head to lindseyholder.com/review to upload your screenshot and get access. I am so grateful for all of your support and cannot wait to hear how the podcast has supported you. Now, time to grab your favorite skincare mask and have some TLC time for yourself. I'll meet you back here on Tuesday for another episode. Until next time.